Hello everybody out there in YouTube land. This is Good Times for All, or Zachary Zabala if you prefer. In this video we're going to talk about the Southern Star Trails and what model, almost what there would have to be for it to work on the flat model and how it can work. I've been contemplating a lot lately about whether or not we are inside of a dome structure or if it could just be, a flat parallel line here and a flat parallel line there. I'm thinking it's the dome. Now we know we can only see in a certain distance. Okay, we have our North Pole here at the center of both of these. And you have your equator over here. I'm not even going to worry about this side. So he would probably, if they were that far above the north, they'd still be able to see Polaris, like right at the equator. So we're going to say it's like that's how far they can see. Or that's what they see. Same here. So there's not much difference, it would still create the same effect up to about, I'd say about this point. And then that's when you get into, you need the dome curving like this, creating this hemispherical lens. Because the hemispherical lens that we create with how far we can see, it does not do with stars. Say if I'll show you. But we would see if the hemispherical lens was created right here, and I'll show you what I mean by a hemispherical lens and how it works, then we would see a southern star rotation no matter where we were. And we would see some really weird stuff we'd almost see two Polarises in the sky at one time. If this were creating the southern star trails that we see. Now over here, this dome right here will create the southern star trails that we need. I'm not sure. I don't see how it could be done with a square like that. It almost has to be a domed structure. Sorry about the noise. My dog must have just drank a bunch of water. He's drying off his beard. So anyway, I'll show you what I'm talking about how far we can see. Now this is definitely not to scale, but we'll say this hemispherical lens right here is just a distance that you can see on the Earth. Now it'd be much bigger. Okay, and then you take your stars, and they would be up here. So you'd have your Earth down there, and the distance you can see, and then your stars would be like over the top, like that, to where they would just rotate above you overhead, and you would see only what you could see from that sphere there. And it would look like this. So all the constellations, even when you get down way down in there and look to the side, so all the stars you could see, you'd be able to see from that point of view, from the center of that sphere, hemispherical lens. So we create a hemispherical lens by how, just on the distance that we can see. But the thing is, you have to give me a second here. I'm going to have to put this in. Now the way that the lens works, it wouldn't make sense and the square. Now, as you can see, we can get it to make the two different rotations. You see the clockwise and the counterclockwise. See that there? Now, if it were a hemispherical lens, we would see that our eyes were creating